Ohayo, my name is Minami Toko and welcome to 9 Hours, 9 Persons, 9 Doors, part 37. Hopefully the last episode of this where everything comes to a conclusion. So, Ace just confessed that he fell into the trap laid out by Zero, but as Junpei said, or suggested in his thoughts, that Ace doesn't actually know who Zero is. So let's find out if our theories were right.
All of this was revenge for what happened 9 years ago. That's why this nonary game happened. Am I right?
So basically Ace killed Kubota, the 9th man, Nijisaki, who was dressed up like a snake, and Musashiro in the captain's quarters. And he just confessed that he killed all of them.
Santa?
Huh? What the hell are you talking about? I don't know any...
Ain't no point trying to play dumb anymore, Santa.
Huh?
Actually, I guess I should call you Aoi Kurashiki, huh? My memory came back to me, kid. You're Aoi Kurashiki, no doubt about it. Never thought I'd be back in this room talking to you.
Probably no.
But hey, I guess this was all part of your plan, right?
But why would you plan out all of this? As I said at the end of the last episode, I don't really believe that Santa is that cruel.
After all, the person who planned the nonary game this time around was Zero. And Zero's you.
Looks like you really do have your memories back, huh?
So he really is Zero.
Well, I guess there's no point in hiding it then, huh?
But why are you so casual about this?
Yeah, you got me. I'm Aoi Kurashiki. I was one of the kids in the nonary game 9 years ago. I made it out. So did Snake over there. But there's one thing... No, I guess there's two things you got wrong.
You're not Zero?
Number one, I ain't Zero.
What?
Wait, what?
Okay.
Sure, I was helping Zero out, but I'm really more of an assistant, like a secretary. But an assistant's only an assistant.
So he got you because of your revenge plans?
I didn't come up with all this. All I did was follow Zero's orders.
Then, if you're not Zero, who is?
Good question.
Calm down there, Junpei. Didn't I say two things?
Yep.
You made one more mistake. Junpei, you just said
Yep.
all of this was revenge for what happened 9 years ago.
So it wasn't? Wait, Ace is still Zero then? No, but he was... What?
That's why this nonary game happened. But that's not it. Revenge isn't the only purpose.
Okay, the only purpose. So the other purpose is to expose those who did this?
There's another reason you guys were playing the nonary game. To save someone.
Save someone?
To save someone.
Right. You were brought here to help my sister.
Akane? But she's right over there.
To save Akane.
What the hell are you talking about?
She died, but she's here at the same time, which still doesn't make any sense.
Akane Kurashiki died 9 years ago in this room. I was there. I saw...
You didn't see it, did you?
What? What the hell? Where is she? Where's Akane Kurashiki?
Yeah, she just was over there resting, right?
Oh, my head! My head, it feels like it's gonna pop.
So you remember something else right now?
Seven! What the hell is going on?
I don't know, I just... Oh! I swear to God, my head feels like it's about to explode!
So you're trying to remember something because, like, I don't know if this is real or something, but like in all the movies, all the anime, all whatever storytelling, like when somebody tries to remember something, that they had forgotten and it's coming back, then they get this really, really big of a headache. I don't know if this is true, but let's see what happens, I guess.
What was the Nonary Project? I'm sure you know already, but I'll tell you one more time.
Well, thanks for making sure, game, that we all know what's fact and what's
It was
not.
a project designed to test a particular phenomenon.
Mm-hmm.
And what was that phenomenon?
The invisible
For two
field.
organisms to communicate with one another in the absence of physical contact. The morphogenetic field theory.
Yep. Morphogenetic field. That's what I want to
Human
say.
beings use these invisible fields to exchange information. That was what this experiment was conducted to determine.
Yep.
There were two separate locations. One was the Gigantic, and the other was a building in Nevada called Building Q.
Yeah, Clover was in that one, right?
9 children trapped in Building Q were faced with numerous puzzles, copies of identical ones on the Gigantic. They were told to send their answers into the morphic field set and transmit them to their brothers and sisters on the Gigantic.
Yep.
The transmitters were put in Building Q, and the receivers were put on the Gigantic. Each sibling pair was supposed to be split up, but
You weren't.
there was a mistake. Akane was a transmitter. She should have been in Building Q. However,
She ended up on the
for
ship.
some reason, she was placed on the Gigantic with the receivers, like me.
Yep. And with you, her brother. But there should be another sibling pair that hasn't been split up correctly. So what happened to those two?
Perhaps she was mistaken for someone who was supposed to be in Group A. Whatever the case, Akane ended up on the Gigantic. I think I've told you enough. You get it, don't you? I'm pretty sure you know where this is going, Junpei.
Where what is going?
Don't play dumb. You know things you shouldn't. Things you couldn't.
Oh, that one. So, basically we communicated, well, Junpei communicated with himself in another timeline or in the past and future. So he is transmitter and receiver at the same time.
How did you know Ace had prosopagnosia? How
Yep.
did you know why Ace wanted to kill Kubota and how Nijisaki was killed? Were you surprised when you found out Ace was Hongo?
Not really.
And what about the coffin Snake was trapped in? How the hell did you open it?
Well, that's...
Yep. He knew because I knew. Junpei was receiving information that I sent to him through the morphic field set. It's simple, really. Who is actually... Who is this? Who's writing this? There's no voice acting all of a sudden and no music. How do I know the alternate futures then? Imagine a river that splits in two, like an upside down Y. Yep, the river flows from the top to the bottom, from a single stream into two branches. It only flows in one direction. It can never flow backward. Information is the same way. It moves from the past to the future, but never flows backward. That's why people at the river source in the past will never know about those downstream in the future. But the people downstream will never know about one another either. Information only flows along the path of the river. But I am different. I can manipulate the morphic field set to pluck knowledge from the future. I know what happens on either fork of the river. Even though the people on either fork know nothing about one another. Now, who am I? Yeah, who are you? I am I, the 9th letter of the alphabet. But I am also 0. No, that's not true. I'm not really 0. Not yet. Perhaps you could say I am less than 0. 0 is my future. In 9 years, I will be 0. Where did she go? Okay, wait. What was that just now? Who was that? I had the feeling that it popped inside Junpei's head. So, was this in the beginning, in the future, now, in the present, where this all takes place? Where did she go? June. No, Akane. Where did you go?
Santa!
Where is Clover? Oh shit.
Freeze.
Whoa! What happened there in my absence? So wait. That really did happen in Junpei's head. So if this conversation did happen in Junpei's head, so Junpei's thoughts or I don't get it. It's confusing at all. But apparently Santa's got a gun and wants to kill Ace now for revenge. Really? I guess he picked it up when we weren't watching. Looks like he's turned the tables on Ace though. Wonder how he likes having a gun to his head.
Get up.
Boy, that's some intense look in your eyes, Santa. Sure, isn't about to take that gun off him for a minute, is he? Ace isn't putting up any kind of fight, I mean. I don't think I would either. But he just looks drained. Why is there no voice acting for this dialogue? 2. I guess he's going for the door, huh? He doesn't need to verify to go through that door, but...
Hey, what's your plan, Santa? What are you doing?
Now there's dialogue. Or voice acting. He can't get through any numbered doors with just 2 people. What the hell is he thinking?
Didn't I tell you? I'm Santa Claus. It's time for me to go make a wish come true.
That's it? That's all he's gonna give us? What the hell does that even mean? Shit, they're out. Wait, Santa pulled this move? And now the gate's shut. Looks like the rest of us are stuck in here. They're all looking at me. Why is Junpei so calm about this? At least 7's headache is gone. He seems to be alright. Why did 7 have a headache then? What? Well, I guess there's no harm in trying. Let's see if this door still opens.
Damn. Well, it looks like this door isn't opening anytime soon.
Nope.
Oh, you mean we're trapped?
Looks like it.
So
And
it would seem.
Santa did it.
What the hell is Santa trying to do?
Oh my gosh.
Oh my gosh, what?
Have you considered where we are? There can really only be one thing Santa would do now.
Starting the incinerator?
No, you can't be serious.
Oh, but he is. Shit, we've got to do something. Maybe we can still get out through door 9. There's the red. Yeah, alright, we can do this. I've just gotta... No, it's not gonna work. There's no way. The 5 of us can't open this door. 8. Ah, so that's why he took Ace out of him. Is there any combination that'll work?
Junpei, can I borrow your pen and notebook?
Sure, here you go. Ever again, yeah. She certainly looks purposeful. Looks like she's writing equations, a lot of them. Man, she doesn't look very happy. What? Hey, no! No need to be ripping pages out like that. Jeez.
What the hell are you doing, Clover? Give me that!
Alright, at least 7 got it away from her. Maybe now I can get to look at what she was writing. Let's see. Okay. So that's the only combination that would work here. And we would leave behind Lotus.
What? And there's no other way?
Lotus. Looks like she'd figured it out though. Man, this is just too cruel.
Okay. Go.
Lotus.
Come on, you know we can't do that.
Don't give me that. I'm sure you'd love to get rid of me.
God damn it, you idiot!
Whoa there. The hell did that come from? Looks like she expected that about as much as I did. Oh, you didn't like each other too much, but all of a sudden, when everything has sort of come to a conclusion, you want to rescue her, don't you, son?
If you're not... Look, it'd be bad, alright?
For a cop, he sure doesn't have much confidence.
Yeah.
So you were in love with her then?
If there weren't assholes like you around, I'd be out of a job.
What?
Uh-huh.
Look, I'm just not leaving you behind, alright? End of story.
7.
He's right. I'm not leaving you either.
Me too.
You didn't honestly think I'd abandon you, did you?
You're all idiots.
We can't just let somebody burn in here. But then that would be the only thing to do. But when Ace tried to activate the rat, it didn't work. So I doubt we could do it. But we could try at least.
That being said, however,
However,
what?
I doubt we would be able to open the door anyway, even if we were to leave Lotus behind.
Yep.
Huh?
Ace couldn't do it
I
either.
trust you remember what happened to Ace. I couldn't see exactly what happened, but I was able to guess what he was attempting to do earlier at the Red.
Yep.
oh yeah.
It didn't work.
No! What is this? Why? The digital route should be 9! It has to be 9! Then why? Why isn't it opening?
Just to see, why don't we give it a shot?
Give it a shot.
Yes, that is what I said.
Try. And pull the lever. Yeah. Equals 9. When
You
it
were right.
doesn't work.
It ain't opening.
But it did open 9 years ago. The digital route was 9 then, I'm sure of it.
So you walked out of there then?
You think maybe they changed the settings?
Perhaps.
Shit. If we can't get through the door, we can't get out. The walls are way too high. There's no way in hell we could get out of the hole sound popped out 9 years ago. Nope. You only managed to do that because you had some bed sheets available. All we can do is stand here and stare at this door with a 9 on it. I guess this is it. This is the end. Wait, this thing up here? I just says not story time, but Akane vision. Did it say that before too? I wasn't looking. I was watching. I had watched everything that was reflected in his eyes. I was listening. Every sound that vibrated in his eardrums, I heard. Smell, taste, touch. I felt everything he felt. I knew everything about him. What he was thinking, what he was feeling, what he was sensing. All of his feelings and worries and fears became mine. My mind, my consciousness, was inside of him. Through the morphic field set, we were resonant, and we were as one. So, wait, that before was Akane talking. So Akane is 0? But how? She died, right? What? I was him, and at the same time, I was an observer. It started with a tremendous noise like a clap of thunder. That was approximately 9 hours ago. A bomb had gone off on the ship we were on. That was when my resonance with him began. My resonant event melted into him and we became one, inside of Junpei. Somehow I found myself in Junpei's mind 9 years in the future. But I didn't lose myself. I was living in 2 realities at once. One was the present and the other was the future. Perhaps you can think of it as 2 movies showing on the same screen at the same time. Eventually, it becomes difficult to separate them and determine which movie is which. However, if I concentrated, I was able to focus on one or the other. Oh wow, that must have been some hefty experience then. That was why I was able to grasp what was happening in front of me.
Come on, over here!
Okay. That was my brother Aoi. He was yelling. I followed him. Around me were 7 other children. Wait a second. This is Snake, right? Why is he running in the front? He wouldn't be able to see, right? Also, it seems like that Snake and Santa. I got the names all confused now. Like those 2 seem like the oldest ones. Well, this girl may be too. That's not Lotus, isn't it? Well, the hair looks similar, but this is Akane. And I don't know about the other children. They all looked like they were about my age.
Come on, hurry up!
Okay, they're all the same age, but why is this girl so tiny? We ran down a long straight hallway and burst into the large hospital room. Everyone was arguing. 2 of the boys got in a fist fight. A girl watching them began to cry. I wanna go home, she cried. I wanna go home. Another girl slapped the crying girl and glared down at her. It has been 2 hours since the nonary game began. We were starting to fall apart. But just when all hope seemed lost, Light started talking. Light? He was blind. 9 years later, we would call him Snake.
Hello, everyone? Could you come over here for a moment?
Why would he call himself Light? I think it has to do something with his blindness and stuff that he... Like, with the book cover, the one example that he gave us a few episodes ago. He was older than most of us, and his voice had authority and dignity. The fights died down, and we gathered around him.
I have a little sister. She is very important to me. Right now, she is over in Building Q, and is desperately trying to send information over to me.
You know that? So you have a connection with her then?
Her name is Clover, and today is her 9th birthday.
9 years old? What? So Clover is 19 years old in the present. She's not a little teenage girl. Well, yeah, teenage because 19, okay. But she's almost 20. Then why did she act so cute? Well, nothing against acting cute, but she seemed like, I don't know, 16 at the most to me. As he spoke, he pulled something from his pocket. In his hand were 9 four-leaf clovers.
I was going to give these to her as a birthday present. I was outside picking them when I was abducted. I'm sure I've already told you, but I am blind. For a man who can't see, collecting 9 of a very specific plant is... well, it is difficult. But my sister means a great deal to me. And I hope that these would show her how much I cared for her. Since it's her 9th birthday, I thought 9 four-leaf clovers would be appropriate.
Oh wow, such a nice brother.
Every one of you has a brother or a sister in Building Q with Clover. For their sake, we have to survive. We have to get off this ship. Do you understand? If we're going to do that, there are 3 things you have to remember. We need trust and love, and we have to have faith in one another.
So that's where those 4 words started. Trust, love, faith.
If we can take all 3 of those to heart, then I promise that good luck will come our way.
And luck.
Did you know that the leaves on the 4-leaf clover mean faith, trust, love, and luck? Those words are leaf words. So if you believe what I've told you, and you understand, then I want you each to have one of these. They're a promise between friends.
He gave a clover to each of us. I took one too. Aww. Snake, Light, or whatever we want to call him. Such a nice guy. And so grown up. Eventually, he was left with only a single 4-leaf clover. He had one last thing to say.
Don't ever forget. So long as you have that, we will always be connected. Do you understand?
When he finished, the tension of only a few minutes before was gone. We were calm. After that, we ran around the ship for a while longer and opened several of the numbered doors until we finally found a door with the number 9 on it. In fact, there were 2 doors with 9 on them, and we found them in the chapel. And the coffin was still there. We split into 2 groups and walked through the doors. And eventually got to the incinerator. Before long, we all found ourselves in a room with a ceiling that looked like an upside down funnel. For some reason, this room had another number 9, but this time it was only 1. But if there was only 1 door, that meant 5 people could escape.
What are we gonna do? There aren't any other doors.
We began to panic. Then, as if things had not gotten bad enough already, the doors closed.
Warning. Warning. Emergency incineration command has been acknowledged. Automatic incineration will take place in 18 minutes.
So wait, then only 5 people could get out, but so the other 4 would have been incinerated either way.
Please evacuate the incinerator immediately. Repeat, emergency incineration command has been
Acknowledged. Yeah, we know that.
What's happening? What did that thing say? That didn't sound good.
My brother Aoi swallowed hard and
I
answered.
think it means this room is gonna burn.
Burn!
The plaque on the door says incinerator, and that voice said that the incineration is about to start. And incinerate means to burn.
No! Help me!
Abject terror filled the room as everyone began to scream and cry. Every pair of eyes were filled with despair. Then, high up on the wall, a door opened, and a man appeared. He was a huge, frightening mountain of a man, as large as a bear. 9 years later, we would call him 7.
Don't worry, kids, I'm not your enemy. I'm one of the good guys. I'm a detective. I'm here to rescue you.
The rest happened just like 7 had said it did. The 4 of us who had started behind were saved by 7. We crawled through the vent away from the incinerator and slid down into the hall. We came out on the other side of door 9. On the wall opposite the door was a set of double doors. We went through those and began to run up the spiral stairs. As we ran, I led the way. Behind me were Nona, my brother Aoi, Snake, and 7. The other children, the ones who'd gone through door 9 before us, were up ahead. I could hear them cheering each other on. We ran and ran and ran. We leapt across as many stairs as we could and kept running. The stairs spiraled upward like a tornado. Eventually, I pulled ahead of the rest. But how did you end up back down in the incinerator again? Perhaps Nona had slowed them down. I didn't want to lose them, so I slowed down as well. I didn't stop, but I glanced over my shoulder from time to time to see if they had caught up. That was when I realized...
Oh, no, where is it?
What?
Did I drop Jumpy's present?
Huh? I knew I had it with me when we passed through the vent. What present? Then, had I dropped it as we slid out? I had to go back. I had to. But I knew I couldn't tell the others. They would stop me if I was sure of that. I didn't stop to think, I simply moved. I ran into the central hall, the room that connected to all the other areas of the ship. I hid in the shadows, and moments later, I felt a rush of wind as they ran past me up the staircase. No one saw her? I waited until they were out of sight, and then I ran. I moved as quietly as I could, down and down and down. Finally, I reached the bottom deck. I ran into the hallway and looked around frantically.
There it is!
It was just where I thought it would be, sitting under the opening of the vent. I ran over and snatched it from the floor, but as I ran back towards the stairs and freedom, the door opened. And out came Ace. Probably. The door to the incinerator opened, and a man stepped out. It was Hongo. Gentaro Hongo. 9 years later, we would call him Ace.
How wonderful to see you decided to come back.
A smile made my blood run cold. It looked mechanical, as if someone had simply pulled up the corners of his mouth.
Come with me. We must continue the experiment.
I shook my head, eyes wide. Slowly I began to walk backwards. 1 step, 2 steps, 3 steps. Then I spun around and broke into a run. I felt Hongo's hand close over my left wrist.
I said, come with me.
There was an edge of insanity into his voice now. I pulled as hard as I could.
No! Stop! Let go of me!
I shook my body and flailed my arms, trying to desperately get Hongo to let go of me. But I was still only a child. It was no match for a man like Hongo.
Stop struggling, goddammit! Do as I tell you!
He heaved on my arm, trying to pull me into the incinerator. I screamed.
Help me! Somebody help me!
The only child that doesn't have a partner in the other facility. You managed to snatch her and throw her into the incinerator. Good job, Ace. Good job. Then suddenly...
Akane!
That was quick. The door to the stairs flew open, and my brother Aoi burst out of it. Behind him came 7 and Snake.
Akane!
He He cried my name again as he leapt toward Hongo.
You came back!
But then
You're too late, idiot!
Hongo threw his full weight against my arm, pulling us both into the incinerator. The force of it threw me to the floor. I scrambled to my feet and looked toward the open number 9 door. Hongo stood between it and me, but behind him I could see my brother, his fists clenched. But those fists never reached Hongo, as the door closed. With the cold, heartless screech of metal on metal, the door slammed shut. Hongo glanced at me mechanically, his face registering that there was an object there, but not anything he would consider a human being. Then he turned away and walked to the rat that sat next to the door. He reached into his pocket and removed 2 bracelets. He waved them both over the scanner panel. 2 asterisks appeared on the rat. He checked the screen, then tossed the bracelets carelessly onto the floor. What was he doing? What was the point? He made no effort to explain himself, of course. He said nothing at all and walked past me as though I were nothing more than a rock by the roadside. A few moments later, the other doors closed too. The 2 other doors slid shut as well. Faintly I could hear someone pounding on the door behind me. I turned around and ran toward the door with the 9.
Akane! Akane! Are you okay?
I could hear a voice from the other side of the door. A worried, frightened voice.
Help me!
My throat was already raw, but I screamed as loud as I could. My voice echoed lonely around the empty room.
What should I do? I think I'm trapped in here!
Where's Hongo?
He went out the other door!
What?
Then it started again.
Warning. Warning. Emergency incineration command has been acknowledged. Incineration will begin in 18 minutes. Please evacuate the incinerator immediately.
Holy shit. Man, I knew what I was gonna say, but that is one hell of a creepy voice. Wait, now we switch back to Junpei vision. It's up there. So, you two are in the exact same position now. And because Akane didn't have a sibling in building Q, she was placed on the ship mistakenly. She couldn't access any morphogenetic field from the people that sent information from building Q. So she was lost, and apparently she connected with Junpei in the future somehow, and Junpei connected with himself over various timelines. So what I'm guessing here is either Junpei or Akane is 0, but they don't know yet. Well, I think it might be Akane, because I would need to check if the first time we saw the text on the white background, if it said up in the right corner, if it said Junpei vision or Akane vision, or if it said anything at all. So I guess this isn't the end just yet. I thought the story might wrap up a little bit faster, but no. So there's still at least one more episode to come for this game, because this will result in a true ending. And as I've told you, there are multiple other endings, because you can access them through here. You just see that we are here, and we have 1, 2, 3, 4 more things to do. So that's gonna take a while, and there's one ending here, one ending here. Here's the safe ending. There's one other ending here, So as of now, I don't necessarily want to get all of the endings on camera, that is. But if you want to see them, let me know in the comments below and I will make sure to get all the other endings. So for now we're stuck in Junpei Vision and will attempt, I hope, and successfully attempt to escape the situation in the incinerator. So please look forward to that. And thanks everybody so much for watching. I will see you in the next video. Until then, stay true to yourselves.